Alright, so welcome back. At the moment, I'm currently at home recovering from laser eye surgery, so unfortunately I haven't been able to drive anywhere, but I've finally had time to sit down and edit some of my YouTube videos. So that was the Mount Bogong Loop, a 20 kilometer, 1500 meter elevation gain day hike, which is very different to what I'm used to. I usually do much shorter nature walks or waterfall hikes closer to Melbourne, so yeah, it was a lot of fun filming this new silent hiking format and yeah, challenge myself on a longer day hike. This hike is a loop walk, which meant I started and finished at the same point on the trail and I didn't have to organize a transfer car, which was super handy, especially as I was traveling by myself. And since this was a day hike, I didn't have to pack that much stuff. I just brought plenty of snacks, some muesli bars, some sandwiches, some cherries, some water, and a location beacon. I also had with me my 3-litre Kathmandu water bladder and also my camera equipment as well. I was able to fit all of this inside my 20-litre Valerius pack from Kathmandu, which is super lightweight and comfortable and perfect for day hikes like this one. So I started my hike at 9 AM early in the morning at the Mountain Creek campground, which is a beautiful free camp located at the bottom of Mount Bogong. You'll find yourself passing by some beautiful water streams and forest scenery, but it feels like you're walking on a 4-wheel drive track for most of the time. After about 45 minutes walking, you will reach this information sign, which is where you'll sign a logbook and start the long and grueling hike up the staircase spur. I think there's a total of 4 different ways to get up Mount Bogong, and this one is the most accessible and challenging track of them all, and trust me when I say that this will require a decent level of fitness. The staircase is famous for its steep sections and high elevation gain, and there were times where I had to stop walking for a minute or two and catch my breath. You will definitely sweat after a couple of hours walking, and soon you will reach Bivouac Hut, which is a nice place to camp or stop to go to the toilet or eat some lunch inside the hut. From here, you'll need to continue up the staircase for roughly 1 hour, but soon you'll be rewarded with some of the most spectacular mountain views in Victoria, and seriously, I couldn't believe the scenery on this section of the hike. I stopped for some lunch at this really nice section overlooking Mount Beauty, and the weather on this day was super nice and sunny, but I can imagine during winter it would be freezing and very dangerous up here, so definitely be prepared. After a nice rest, I continued up Mount Bogong, and this part had a lot of loose rocks, but it was super fun, and I love turning around and taking in the views over the Australian Alps. It really feels like you're on top of the world. After about half an hour, you will reach this memorial, which is dedicated to a few people who were lost in a blizzard here in 1943. At about 2 PM, I made it to the summit of Mount Bogong, and there is a cairn here where you can stop to take a photo with, and yeah, it was really satisfying to be standing at the tallest mountain in Victoria. From up here, I followed the signs down to Eskdale Spur, and I was really happy I recorded this section of the hike because it was one of the most scenic parts I'd come across. The Eskdale Spur is about 4 kilometers long, and this section allows you to experience the vegetation changing with the elevation. From the summit, I walked past some really nice alpine grasslands, and soon I came across twisted snow gums and sub-alpine forests, which was really beautiful. This part of the track was pretty easy, and I think it only took me a couple of hours to make it back down to my car, but along the way you'll pass by the Cleve coal hut, which is another option if you wanted to camp. All up, the hike took me 8 hours to complete, and afterwards I drove 40 minutes back to Bright, where I stayed a night at the Alpine Hotel before driving 3.5 hours back to Melbourne. If you want to follow the exact route that I went, you can find the All Trails link in the description below, as well as a link to my socials where you can find some more content about this hike. I think I mentioned it before, but I would only really attempt this hike during summer from December to the start of March, where there's less chance of snow or a blizzard and it's a lot less dangerous. The camera that I used to film this video was my trusty Sony a7 IV and my 16-35 f4 power zoom lens, which has been amazing. And although it was super challenging to record some sections of this hike, I really enjoyed having a crack at this silent hiking video format, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much again for tuning in and watching my videos, and if you've ever been on this hike before, then let me know down in the comments below. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.